I killed you, motherfucker. You crazy? Only the fuck you think they can play with. I play no motherfucking games. I fuck you up, motherfucker. Fuck you up. I play no motherfucking games.
Will a win over Canelo put you ahead of Mayweather as the greatest boxer of this generation?
Listen, I leave the opinions to everybody else, but like I said, after this fight, when I defeat Canelo, I'm gonna be on Mount Rushmore. That's where I'm gonna be.
No one thought it would explode in this way. This was supposed to be a normal first meeting between Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford, but things got serious behind the scenes. People got angry and raised their voices, so security had to separate two all-time greats before things got worse. There is no clear evidence of who first spoke out. The message was clear, though. This wasn't a planned stop for the reporters. In a way that the sport hadn't felt in a long time. This was pride versus greatness, heritage versus legacy. Nothing calmed down when they finally sat across from each other. If anything, the anxiety rose as the cameras went around. Even though they both tried to stay cool, Floyd's eyes told the real story. He wasn't there to make people laugh. He had worked on his smiles, jokes, and showy personality for 20 years, but there were none of those things there. Crawford kept his cool, steady, and collected. Regardless, it was clear that he was ready for whatever Floyd had to offer.
And every day, for years, every day in boxing, I'm somewhere in Aruba, in the Bahamas, in Dubai. I'm traveling the world on my jet.
The conversation started out in a calm way. The main topics of conversation were contracts, money, and negotiations. Both sides talked about respect and worth. That being said, the mood changed right away when the question of who really leads this group was brought up. Crawford moved his place closer to him. For the first time in a long time, Floyd's face showed real irritation. His body language tightened up, not from attacks or trash talk, but from what was really going on at the time. Everyone in the room, including Floyd, knows why this fight is happening. The spark was lit when Canelo Alvarez said in public that Terence Crawford was better than Floyd.
If you can compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence Bud Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
One phrase was all it took for chaos to break out online. Canelo lost to Crawford, who now stands at the top of the fighting world. Right away, Floyd fans all over the world started saying things that he would never agree with. Just maybe, someone is no longer interested in Mayweather.
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually moved up a weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? He would have kept him at bay. Been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford is his era.
That's what really makes all of this go. Floyd has a point that no one ever gets on. He's 47 years old and locked up with the most dangerous fighter in the sport right now for a real reason.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. is one of the biggest egos in the sport, so much so that he could not find a way to give Muhammad Ali credit as being a top 5 fighter and claim that Roberto Duran sits above Muhammad Ali, right? Why? Because Floyd wants to be better than Muhammad Ali. He completely redid his image when he became Money Mayweather to pretty much copy from calling himself the GOAT, calling himself TBE, right? Whole thing. very disrespectful of Muhammad Ali when he was coming up, when after Floyd Mayweather Jr. wound up being at the top of the sport. So now that Terence Crawford has firmly placed himself at the top of boxing, and not just as the pound for pound fighter, right now, many people are saying, hey, shouldn't he be considered one of the greatest fighters of all time?
When the press meeting started, things were still very tense from the stare down. Floyd usually takes over the mic and jokes and acts cocky, but this wasn't that kind of show. Floyd gave a show that was sharp, focused, and intense. Not a single act or show took place. Every word he spoke was about past and keeping what he had built safe. He wants this fight because he won't let anyone change how he is known in boxing.
I didn't have to have 70 fights, 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
She did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that
The greatest of all time.
Now there's Crawford, standing across the room, steady and calm. He looks at Floyd like he's just another rival. There's no need for Crawford to show himself. He has already beaten Errol Spence, stopped Canelo, and shut down critics. Does he need to beat Floyd? Without a doubt not. He still wants it, though.
Yo, yeah, so if even pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh, shit, okay, I'm just asking, man. Floyd was pound for pound before.
That would have been a hard fucking fight, though.
Man, me versus anybody, I'm gonna always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
When asked if he could beat Mayweather, Crawford would do his best not to say anything. He never answered in a firm way. I was never made to feel like I had to own the conversation. That was the Crawford a long time ago.
You gotta have 4 arms. No, 6 eyes.
Is Floyd better than you? Keyshawn beat Tank?
Keyshawn beat everybody. Him and Shakur.
How you feel about them not fighting each other? That's cool?
Yeah, that's cool. They don't need to fight each other.
Was there anybody ever...
They can beat up everybody else.
Was there anybody ever like that in boxing with you? Because not really Sean Porter, right?
Nope. No friends. Just wasn't fair. I think Tim Bradley would have been like that.
Okay.
I think, Tim Bradley would have been like that. I wouldn't have fought Tim.
If the opportunity presented itself against Floyd, you wouldn't, though, even though you admire him so much and he's so great. But you...
Floyd, yeah, because I wasn't as close. Me and Floyd close now.
Right.
When Floyd was boxing, I wasn't as close with Floyd like I am now.
How do you beat Floyd, though? Like, since nobody's been able to crack that code.
You think I would tell you?
We don't fight anymore. So that fight ain't gonna happen.
You gotta have 4 arms. 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you? I think that's an answer. Nah, I didn't hear nothing. Is Floyd better than you? Some fighters say, even like Javante Davis. Okay, that's a no.
Crawford now says that he could beat Floyd, even when Floyd was at the top of his game. That cocky remark made things worse between them like gasoline on a spark.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah.
When the media questioned Crawford, Floyd's anger was clear in both what he said and who he is: a new winner, a new standard, and the sport's newest best fighter. Floyd hates that his reputation is being threatened.
Rank now, all time. Ending this interview.
Number one, and the only one that he got at top is Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford's this generation guy. You know what I'm saying? Accomplishing all the goals that he accomplished.
Matched up? How do they match up, Floyd and Terence?
Hey, I'm like this, man. It's going to be great because Floyd, he's about his work. He put in work. We've been watching it for decades. You know what I'm saying? Him coming out of retirement to do this fight, that's a win for the whole world boxing. Every generation from Floyd's generation to this generation didn't get to see the come. That's just like we never get to see Michael Jordan play, right? But we remember when he used to play. Come on.
The press then talked about Floyd's upcoming fight with Mike Tyson. It's important to be clear. This is not a real competition. Everything about it is fun. There are 2 stars in the ring for the show and the money.
That fans will watch for sure is you and Mike Tyson. How's training going, Floyd? Talk to me all about this as you get ready to get back in that boxing ring once again.
Well, not really training right now.
Yet.
You know, the fight is in 2026. We still, ironing out everything, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be exciting for the people and the fans.
Are you going in there to put Mike down and like, hey, this is not, we're gonna have fun, we're gonna throw a few punches, like I'm taking this seriously and I'm trying to
I don't know. I just want to give the fans what they want to see, excitement. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be an exciting event.
You can't ignore the fact that Mike Tyson is in the other corner, though. And if Tyson gets angry or passionate, know that he has never tried to hide how much he dislikes Floyd. This show could quickly become dangerous.
Anytime boxing come on, you don't bring up Muhammad Ali, man. You don't bring up Mike Tyson. You always bring up Floyd Mayweather, man.
Unless we're talking about Floyd. And listen, we all gotta believe we're the greatest of all time, right? We all gotta believe that. But we all know Muhammad Ali is the greatest of all time.
If you could have fought any fighter in your life, any weight, any era, who would you have picked that you would have liked to fight the most?
Floyd Mayweather.
But here's the truth. Crawford was better than Tyson in every way. When someone says Crawford's name, Floyd's mood changes. He changes from Money Mayweather, the showman, to Floyd Mayweather Jr., the unbeaten fighter who wants to get back into the ring. Floyd thinks that if he beats Crawford now, there will never be any more arguments about his reputation. But Crawford also knows that beating Floyd, even though he was older, makes him one of the best boxers of all time. You're not just getting paid again. Floyd is still a very dangerous person, which everyone knows.
Looking back at Floyd's career, him coming up in the era that he came up in, he had all them champions that he was able to fight. And that's what led him to be so great, because he fought the most champions, beat the most champions, got the most money for beating the most champions. So it's just like, man, he had this guy, back to back to fight.
Many of Crawford's fans thought he would quit after beating Canelo. He had already been through the hardest things. He proved he could beat a bigger opponent that no one thought he had a chance against. He then climbed to the top of the pound-for-pound rankings and seemed to have fully established his name.
Terence Crawford had the ability to fight backwards, stay composed, good defense, hands was always up, countering everything that Canelo was throwing at him. It was just a little more active fight. Canelo did hit him to the body, but it was pretty much all Terence.
I think some of what we saw from Canelo is what he's has to resort to now to fight. Maybe he's dealt with some injuries to where he's not as mobile. It's just the pattern that he's put himself in for the last, 6 to 8 fights. That same pattern is why Bivol was able to get him.
He did not allow Canelo to get inside. As soon as Canelo would get into that certain range, he would jab him. We didn't see any lateral moves where he would throw, push off to the side, as we used to see Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo was almost smothering his shot because he couldn't stay at range with him. Terence Crawford runs off counter combinations. It would be a wider margin.
Even so, Crawford picked the hardest challenge on purpose. He wants to settle the argument for good by going after Floyd. He does not want anyone to describe him as extraordinary, but he has never talked to Floyd about it. He wants to get the most support possible by going up against the man who ruled boxing for 20 years.
Crawford couldn't have an error to himself. And if you put Terence Crawford against any opponent on Floyd's resume, who do you have facing? Terence Crawford or one of Floyd's opponents?
Why does Ryan keep mentioning?
I'm asking the question first. Do we got Terence Crawford beat everybody on Floyd's resume?
Crawford is also a real competitor, one of the few people who likes real challenges more than easy wins. He loves problems to solve, even if it means being criticized. Of course, people are asking him, why go after Floyd, who is old? Why not confront someone like Boots Ennis? To be fair, they have some good reasons to be suspicious.
Hold up, you're on his Terence Crawford, you're fine. And that's it, before it's just clean. Obviously you've got Lee to take care of first, but that to me is great. Crossover fight, because Boots is changing the guard, like the guys in there and done it all, and proved he's still very much in.
Fans and commentators have been saying for years that Boots will be Crawford's next opponent. His style is a great match for Crawford's. He is a switch hitter who is explosive, very technical, and a threat from every angle in the ring.
Who they are cancel out each other as far as height. You know, they both switch hitters, list, and everything. All of that cancels out each other. So they are literally the same people pretty much. The only difference is Crawford done been in the big stage against big fighters so many times. And also with age, he didn't beat up his body, so his age is actually good. He got the grown man strength. Not just grown man strength, but he built on top of that. Like, look at him at 135. He was a little funny dude. He wasn't a big dude. Now look at him. He ripped up everything. He's strong. So I feel like he got everything, all the experience, all the knowledge. So you got to go with Crawford.
It's not just people making noise. To make it clear, Boots has been calling out Crawford over and over again, saying that he wants to fight the best fighter of his time. But whenever someone asks Crawford about Boots, he brushes it off right away, saying that the fight doesn't fit with his plans and isn't worth his time.
Right now in my career, a lot of people like boost this, boost that, boost this. You know, fighting Boots is a lose-lose situation. You know, I win, they're gonna say, oh well, he was young, he wasn't ready. You know, he was talented, he was skillful, but you got the experience over. You got, you know, so much more than this kid that never been tested before. You know, because we always seen him win and fly in colors, a fashionate way. You know, to where we say, oh man, he's cold, he's skillful, but he's never been in the ring with nobody to test him. So me fighting Boots will be like, okay, well, be Boots. It's not a mega fight. It's going to sell a little bit because of your name and what you just accomplished.
Still, rumors about a Crawford-Boots fight have not gone away. In fact, the argument gets louder and more heated every time Crawford changes the subject.
Fight that makes a whole lot of sense, and a fight that stylistically would be, oh my goodness, is a fight between Terence Crawford and Boots Ennis. I don't think I think he's going backwards. But for Terence, to that point, Jerron doesn't have the kind of accolades. He doesn't sell to the mass and all these. So this fight was perfect timing for both these guys.
Finally, there's Virgil Ortiz Jr., who just played great and called out Crawford right away. Also, Oscar de la Hoya has been all over it, pushing Ortiz and calling it one of the most interesting possible 154-pound fights.
I don't care who it is. If you flex it, you still take the carbon into it, if you still want to do it, that's a fight that goes on. I have the time for a while. I think it's a great fight. You have a show. Yeah, and we're just going to keep doing what I do with Oscar
A fighter from the P cage goes up against a great figure. Fans really want that fight. But let me tell you the truth. Crawford has already beat Canelo and Errol Spence. He doesn't need another great name to show who he is. The point of this fight is not to win. It has to do with memory. People would respect you if you walked around in boots. A fight with Ortiz would get a lot of attention. Face-to-face fights with Floyd, on the other hand, will be talked about for decades.
Wild, because like if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time. That makes a difference.
This is when it gets interesting. Floyd is not as big as Terence Crawford. He's stronger. He is younger now and still busy. Getting Floyd hurt isn't really the problem, though. It links everything together. Crawford might start strong and take charge right away. Floyd could also make this a defensive game of chess. which would test Crawford's patience and make him make mistakes.
Boy be there. That boy, man, that's the GOAT, man. That boy bad. On defense, like catch, bam, 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 bam. That boy bad. Floyd had the best defense in boxing history. Hitting you with shots that you don't see. That's where Floyd mastered. You know, hit and knock it. A lot of people, they give him credit now. They didn't give him credit.
At the news conference, Floyd talked about his legacy, his wealth, and his respect. Crawford stressed that he needed to push himself, look for obstacles, and show how great he was in the ring.
And then when I see it's a chance for me to do a heist, a quick heist, I'm gonna let y'all know this. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. At the end of the day, I'm the smart one. Because I don't care if you write good about me, you write bad about me, but keep writing about me.
That's the end of today's movie. Please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications if you liked what you saw so you don't miss any of our future material. Feel free to write your thoughts in the space below. Please let us know what you think. Watch out for more, and see you in the next.